Model Y unveiling was just a couple of months ago, but with all of this exciting news with the Model S refresh and other things that are going on in Model 3, we've kind of this news kind of subsided, but we kind of forgot that they haven't even picked where they're going to make this car. And finally today we know it's going to be made in the Fremont factory. Now this is not an official announcement from Tesla. Unfortunately, as always, things just leak out first. This is a report from CNBC, which does seem to be pretty not just detail, but it looks like we can trust this one. I'll tell you why in a few minutes. But also, let's talk about what else is going to be changing and why it makes sense here and what we should expect. Will it actually bring Model Y to market faster? And I think bigger question is like, what is it going to do to Model 3 sales, right? Let's talk about it next. Welcome to E4Electric, your #1 source of unbiased electric car news. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there. And if you already have, then consider joining my Patreon community here at patreon.com/E4Electric, where you get to watch me live and support this independent channel, like one of my newer Patreons, Ad Rabago. Thank you so much for becoming a Patreon. All right, so let's talk about this. So, as you know, I've attended the unveiling of Model Y a couple of months ago, and this is the video of well, this is Tom from Inside EVs. You know him. He has his own segment on Fridays called Unplugged. No, Plugged In. Unplugged. Wow, I'm going all the way to MTV in the 90s. Plugged In, the opposite of that. Plugged In with Tom Moloughney. And this is us just kind of riding and having a couple minutes of full test drive. As you can see, it's like literally identical inside. And I think that was one of the complaints. That like, well, what's the big deal? It's everything like that the Model 3 has inside. It kind of looks like a bubbled up pregnant Model 3 on the outside, which was kind of the whole point. That's the genius of this car. It does share, is going to share about 75% of all parts. And that's why, like, I'm not really that surprised that, you know, it's going to be made at the Tesla factory in Fremont, where they're making Model 3s. Now, I expect the same to happen in their Shanghai factory, because that's where they're going to be making Model 3s for China. So I'm assuming they're going to do the same there, but it just makes sense, right, if you share so much. Now, the news is coming through CNBC today, and what they're also saying is what they're going to do is they're going to combine the lines for the Model S and Model X together, and that will yield more space on the factory floor for an extra equipment and extra lines for the Model Y assembly as well. Now, I'm not really sure what's up with combining Model S and Model X. They are pretty different. I think they only share 20 or 30% of parts together, which is significant still. But it's definitely good news. Now, why we can count on this report? Well, there's an interesting thing that Elon replied to, and you know, I don't know why I just didn't take a screenshot. I always do, but let me tell you what it is. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out the all-electric $45,000 starting price SUV coming to here to the United States and Europe at the end of next year. But you should really get on the waiting list now, because it's getting pretty long. So go to the description of this video and reserve yours today. It's zero money down. I think they're the only brand that are doing it. That's why I absolutely love them. And of course, takes about 30 seconds. All right. So the reason it appears, all of this appears to be true. And the report, they said, the CNBC said it's based on their former and current inside sources that they had, essentially Tesla employees. And it looks like Elon replied to one of the messages, one of the tweets, saying, "Hey, what's up with the tour getting canceled? You know, in the next few weeks. You know, what's going on?" And I guess Elon explained that they're, you know, remodeling and they're moving stuff around. He said that the partial tours are still going to be available, but it obviously a confirmation that they're doing some major remodeling there. And the only reason to assume that is because they are expanding the Model 3 lines to accommodate the Model Y. And this is a picture I took at the unveiling, which was, by the way, a lot of fun. And this is the first time everybody pretty much saw it on stage. Now, I don't know about the choices of color, because it was a blue car, but with red lighting on top of it. So it kind of, I mean, I think nobody took a good picture of it on stage. But nevertheless, it's definitely a game changer. I remember back in the day, Elon said that that's probably going to be the most popular car that Tesla ever sold and probably ever sell for years to come. And I agree with them. Now, the only question is what is it going to do to the Model 3 sales, right? Like, is Model Y going to be the most sold Tesla because Model 3 sales are going to fall? Or is it because the demand is just going to expand? I hope it's the second. But man, they've been struggling lately, and I really feel like it just could be the combination. If they, it looks like they're going to be pricing it right under 40, but you know they already changed the price. Remember, I think they upped it by $1,000 or something like that. So let's go with 40. Now, by the time it's out, unless something changes legislative-wise here in the United States, there's going to be no incentives, right? So the price, I mean, the price is still great. It's just they're going to have to compete with, you know, after incentive Kona and Nero and Byton, and you know all of those cars are going to be you know priced much more competitively to the Model Y. I think the advantage of the Model Y will essentially be the self-driving features, because by then the the fast charging networks will catch up. I mean, as a matter of fact, by the end of this year, Electrify America here in the United States will provide already a pretty damn good network for the fast charging, especially compared to cars that are compatible with that. And Ionity in Europe is kind of the same deal. They have a fast charging network. Both provide rates up to 350 kilowatts for charging. They just built their 100th location in Europe, and it's much smaller space, as you probably know if you didn't cut the geography classes when you were in high school. So yeah, it's definitely the advantage in pricing with incentives, and advantage in supercharging is definitely going to be gone by then. But bottom line is, this is probably going to be the best compact SUV out there by the time it comes out. Looks like at the end of the next year. But again, who knows with all this, you know, estimates from Elon and Tesla, right? But it's definitely exciting. And of course, the fact that they're going to be making them also overseas, that will avoid all this tariff, tariff issues, and which is obviously understandable. And the refresh for the Model S and Model X is due in September, so I'm assuming by then they will remodel everything, and we'll start ramping up the equipment for the Model Y. So we kind of know, like, who knows, maybe they'll start making them, sometime next year, just in smaller amounts. I mean, I know I'm being very optimistic, but if this timeline holds, who knows? Maybe, they have done things ahead of schedule lately, or on schedule. So, we shouldn't be all surprised. One thing you shouldn't be surprised by is our VIP list, which I don't know why you haven't joined yet, because it's free. It gives you a bonus story every week right in your inbox, and now we're running a deal of the month. $50 off of this one of the most popular items at the MNX store. So, and then we'll feature another awesome electric car related deal next month. So go ahead and sign up. It's very easy. Go to e4electric.com/VIP, and boom, you're in. Of course, don't forget to sign up for Byton as well while you're at it. Both are free. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to your comments, and let me know if you're maybe already a reservation holder for Model Y. Why or why not? I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.